They stacked the boxes on wooden pallets for easy transportation. Palliative. The medicine provided only palliative relief for his chronic condition. Palm. She held the seashell in the palm of her hand. Palm lines. The fortune teller read her palm lines to predict her future. Paltry. The reward for his hard work was a paltry sum. Panacea. The scientist hoped to discover a panacea for the disease. Panama. Panama is a Central American country known for its canal. Pancreas. The pancreas secretes insulin to regulate blood sugar levels. Pandemic. The world faced a pandemic that affected millions of people. Pandemonium. The announcement caused pandemonium in the crowd. Pander. He refused to pander to the audience's expectations. Panicky. The passengers became panicky during the turbulence. Paperwork. She had to fill out a lot of paperwork for the job application. Paperwork. The paperwork required for the visa application was extensive. Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea is a country in the Pacific with diverse indigenous cultures. Paragraph. Please indent the first line of each paragraph. Paraguay. Paraguay is a South American country known for its Guarani culture. Paralysis. The accident left him with paralysis in his legs. Parcel. She received a parcel from her friend containing gifts. Parched. After hours of walking in the desert, they were parched and thirsty. Parking. The parking lot was full. And they had to find street parking. Parking brake. Before exiting the car, she engaged the parking brake. Part load. The truck was carrying a part load of goods. Partake. They decided to partake in the community service project. Partially. The project was only partially completed due to budget constraints. Participant. She was an active participant in the discussion. Participate. He was eager to participate in the charity run. Participate. The students were encouraged to participate in the school play. Particularly, he loved nature. Particularly the mountains and forests. Partly, the success was due, at least partly, to their teamwork. Partnership. They formed a partnership to start a new business. Pass. He managed to pass all his exams with flying colors. Passenger. The train was crowded with passengers during rush hour. Passenger compartment. The passenger compartment of the car was spacious and comfortable. Passenger seat. She offered the front passenger seat to her elderly grandmother. Passionate. She was a passionate advocate for animal rights. Passivate. The metal was treated to passivate its surface and prevent corrosion. Passive. He took a passive approach and let others make decisions. Password. For security reasons, he changed his password regularly. Past. The past can provide valuable lessons for the future. Paste. Copy the text and paste it into a new document. Paste special. Use paste special to retain formatting when copying and pasting. Patent. He filed a patent for his innovative invention. Patient. The patient was recovering well after the surgery. Patiently. She patiently waited for her turn at the doctor's office. Pause. He pressed the pause button to stop the video. Pave. The workers worked tirelessly to pave the road. Paved. The path was paved with colorful tiles. Pay. She had to pay the bill before leaving the restaurant. Payload. The spacecraft's payload included scientific instruments and equipment. Payment. The payment for the services was due at the end of the month. Payment terms. The company offered flexible payment terms to its customers. Payroll. The payroll department handles employee salaries and benefits. PDF. Portable document format. He saved the document as a PDF for easy sharing. Pecuniary. The lawsuit sought pecuniary damages for financial losses. Pedal. He pushed the gas pedal to accelerate the car. Pedestrian. The pedestrian crossed the street at the designated crosswalk. Pelvis. The injury affected her pelvis and required surgery. Pension. After retiring, she received a monthly pension. Pension fund. The company contributes to the employee's pension fund. Per capita. The per capita income in the country is relatively high. Perceive. She could perceive a hint of sadness in his voice. Perfect. She strived to achieve the perfect balance between work and personal life. Perfectly. The weather was perfect for a day at the beach. Perform. The musician will perform at the concert tonight. Performance. The team's performance in the game was exceptional. Perhaps we can find a solution to this problem. Peripheral. The computer's peripheral devices include a printer and a scanner. Perky. She had a perky and cheerful personality. Permanently. He decided to permanently move to a different city for a new job. Permit. Make sure to obtain a permit before starting construction. Permit. The teacher permitted the students to use calculators for the exam. Pernicious. The spread of fake news can have a pernicious effect on society. Perpetuate. He wanted to perpetuate his family's legacy. Persevere. Despite the challenges, she continued to persevere. Persist. He refused to give up and persisted in his efforts. Persistently. She worked persistently to achieve her goals. Personally, I think it's a great idea. Personnel. The personnel department handles hiring and employee matters. Perspective. He had a different perspective on the issue. Perspicacious. The perspicacious detective quickly solved the mystery. Perspicuous. The instructions were written in a perspicuous manner. Persuade. She tried to persuade her parents to let her go on the trip. Persuasive. The lawyer presented a persuasive argument in court. Pertain. The rules pertain to all members of the organization. Peru. Peru is a country in South America known for its rich history. Pervasive. The influence of technology is pervasive in modern society. Pesky. The pesky mosquitoes made the camping trip less enjoyable. Pessimistic. He had a pessimistic outlook on life. Pester. The children would pester their parents for treats. Petrol engine. The car is equipped with a fuel-efficient petrol engine. Petty. She didn't want to waste time on petty arguments. Phase. The project is currently in the planning phase. Phase. The moon goes through different phases during its lunar cycle. Philippines. The Philippines is an archipelago in Southeast Asia. Philistine. He was considered a Philistine for his lack of appreciation for art. Phishing. Be careful not to fall for phishing scams online. Phlegmatic. He remained phlegmatic even in stressful situations. Phytosanitary certificate. The certificate ensures that the agricultural products meet health standards. Pickup. The pickup truck was used to transport heavy equipment. Picture. She took a picture of the beautiful sunset. Pie chart. The data was presented in the form of a pie chart. Pilot. The experienced pilot safely landed the plane. Pinpoint. The detective was able to pinpoint the exact location of the crime. Pioneer. She was a pioneer in the field of medical research. Pioneering. The company is known for its pioneering work in renewable energy. Pique. His curiosity was piqued by the mysterious letter. Piston. The engine's piston moved up and down in a continuous motion. Placid. The lake was placid and calm on a sunny day. Plain. The design was simple and plain, but elegant. Plaintiff. The plaintiff filed a lawsuit against the company. Plan. They created a detailed plan for the project. Plan. The flight plan was approved by the air traffic controller. Planned economy. In a planned economy, the government controls production and distribution. Plaster. The walls were covered with a fresh coat of plaster. Platform. The platform served as a stage for the performers. Platitude. He delivered a speech full of meaningless platitudes. Plausible. His explanation sounded plausible, but I had my doubts. Play. The children enjoyed playing in the park. Playful. The puppy was in a playful mood, running around the yard. Playfully, she teased him playfully about his new haircut. Plea, he made a plea for help when he lost his job. Plead, the lawyer will plead the defendant's case in court. Pleasant, the weather was pleasant, making it a perfect day for a picnic. Please pass me the salt. Pleasing. The artwork was visually pleasing and received many compliments. Pleasurecraft, the marina was full of pleasurecraft during the summer. Pledge, she made a pledge to support the charity's cause. Pliant, the flexible material was pliant and easy to shape. Plug, don't forget to plug in your phone to charge it. Plump, the ripe berries were plump and juicy. Pneumonia, she was diagnosed with pneumonia and had to stay in the hospital. Poignant, the movie's ending was so poignant that it left the audience in tears. Point, he made a valid point during the discussion. Poised, she stood poised and confident on the stage. Poland is a country in Central Europe known for its rich history. Polemic, the article was a polemic against the government's policies. Polemical, the book presented a polemical argument challenging conventional wisdom. Policy, the company implemented a new policy for employee benefits. Polish, he used a cloth to polish the silverware. Polite, she was always polite and courteous to everyone. Politely, he politely declined the invitation to the party. Ponder, she took some time to ponder the decision. Ponderous, the large book felt ponderous in her hands. Poor, the poor weather forced them to cancel the outdoor event. Poorly, he performed poorly in the exam due to lack of preparation. Port, the ship entered the port to unload its cargo. Port of entry, the airport serves as the port of entry for many international travelers. Port of exit, the seaport is a major port of exit for goods leaving the country. Portend, the dark clouds portend an impending storm. Portfolio, she manages a diverse portfolio of investments. Portray, the actor did an excellent job portraying the historical figure. Portugal is a country in southern Europe known for its beautiful coastline. Pose, the model struck a pose for the artist. Position, the team was in a strong position to win the championship. Positive, he had a positive attitude toward challenges. Positively, the new changes were received positively by the employees. Possibly, they will possibly arrive by the evening. Post, she posted a picture of her vacation on social media. Post, the mail carrier delivered the post to our mailbox. Postpone, they had to postpone the meeting due to a scheduling conflict. Pothole, be careful of the pothole on the road. Potable, the water from the well was not potable without boiling. Potential, the project has the potential to generate significant revenue. Potentially, the new technology could potentially revolutionize the industry. Pour, she poured a glass of water for each guest. Power door lock, the car was equipped with power door locks for convenience. Power steering, the power steering made it easy to maneuver the car. Power window, the car's power windows can be controlled from the driver's seat. Powerful, the powerful engine accelerated the car quickly. PowerPoint, she prepared a PowerPoint presentation for the business meeting. Practice, regular practice is essential to improve skills. Praise, she received praise for her outstanding performance. Precarious, the latter was placed in a precarious position. Precede, the appetizers will precede the main course. Precedent, the court's decision set a precedent for future cases. Precious, the heirloom necklace was a precious family treasure. Precipitate, the heated argument precipitated their breakup. Precipitous, the steep mountain slope was precipitous and challenging to climb. Precisely, he calculated the measurements precisely. Predecessor, the current model is an upgrade from its predecessor. Predict, the weather forecast predicts rain for tomorrow. Predispose. Her family history may predispose her to certain health conditions. Predominantly. The film's soundtrack was predominantly composed of jazz music. Prefer. I prefer tea over coffee in the morning. Prefer. He would prefer to be contacted by email. Preference. The restaurant caters to different dietary preferences. Prejudge. It's unfair to prejudge someone based on their appearance. Preliminary. The preliminary results of the study were promising. Premium. The premium package includes additional benefits. Preoccupy. The upcoming exam seemed to preoccupy his thoughts. Prepare. She needed time to prepare for the presentation. Preposterous. The idea of building a house on the moon seemed preposterous. Prescribe. The doctor will prescribe medication for your condition. Prescription. He filled the prescription at the pharmacy. Present. The speaker will present the findings of the research. Presentation. She gave a captivating presentation to the audience. Presently. He is presently working on a new project. Preserve. They decided to preserve the historical building as a museum. Preside. The judge will preside over the trial. President. The president of the company announced a new initiative. Press. He pressed the button to start the machine. Pressing. The deadline for the project was pressing. Prestige. The award added to the prestige of the institution. Presume. I presume they will arrive on time. Pretend. Children often pretend to be superheroes or princesses. Pretty. The flowers in the garden looked pretty in full bloom. Prevalent. The use of smartphones is prevalent in today's society. Prevaricate. He tended to prevaricate when faced with difficult questions. Prevent. Regular exercise can help prevent certain health issues. Previous. She worked at a different company in her previous job. Previously. He had visited that place previously during a family trip. Price. The price of the product was reasonable. Priceless. The artwork was priceless and could not be replaced. Prickly. The cactus had prickly spines to protect itself. Primarily. The movie is primarily a romantic comedy. Principal. The principal of the school greeted the students every morning. Print. She used the printer to print out the documents. Printer. The printer ran out of ink and needed a replacement. Prioritize. He learned to prioritize his tasks to manage his time better. Priority. Safety is our top priority in this project. Private. She valued her private time for relaxation. Privilege. It is a privilege to work with such talented individuals. Pro forma invoice. The pro forma invoice provides a preview of the final bill. Probably. He will probably arrive in a few minutes. Probation. The new employee is on probation for the first 3 months. Probe. The detective conducted a thorough probe into the crime. Procedure for applying for a visa is straightforward. Proceed. They will proceed with the construction after getting the permits. Process. The manufacturing process involves multiple stages. Processor. The computer's processor determines its speed and performance. Proclaim. The king proclaimed a national holiday. Procure. He managed to procure the rare book for his collection. Procurement. The procurement department handles the purchasing of supplies. Prod. He used gentle persuasion to prod her into action. Prodigal. The prodigal son returned home after many years. Prodigious. The young artist showed prodigious talent in his paintings. Produce. The farm produces a variety of fresh vegetables. Producer. The film's producer played a crucial role in its success. Product. The company launched a new product in the market. Productive. She had a productive day, finishing all her tasks on time. Productivity. The new software improved the team's productivity. Proficient. She became proficient in speaking multiple languages. Profit. The company reported a significant increase in profit. Profitable. The business venture proved to be highly profitable. Profound. Her speech left a profound impact on the audience. Program. he wrote a computer program to solve the complex task. Progress. The project is making steady progress. Prohibit. The sign clearly prohibits smoking in this area. Project. The team is working on a new project. Proliferate. Social media platforms continue to proliferate worldwide. Prolific. The author was known for her prolific writing. Prominent. He is a prominent figure in the entertainment industry. Promise. She made a promise to always be there for her friends. Promote. The company plans to promote its products through advertising. Promotion. He received a promotion at work for his hard work. Prompt. She received a prompt response to her inquiry. Promptly. The package was delivered promptly. Proofread. She carefully proofread the document for errors. Propagate. The plant can propagate easily from cuttings. Propel. The strong wind helped propel the sailboat forward. Properly. Make sure to secure the lid properly. Property rights. The government protects property rights to encourage investment. Propitious. The propitious weather was perfect for an outdoor event. Proposal. She presented a proposal for a new project to the management. Propose. He plans to propose to his girlfriend on their anniversary. Prorate. The payment will be prorated based on the number of days worked. Prosaic. His writing style is straightforward and prosaic. Prosecute. The district attorney decided to prosecute the case. Prospect. The company is excited about the prospect of expanding internationally. Prosper. With hard work and dedication, they managed to prosper in their business. Protean. Her acting skills are so versatile and protean that she can play any role. Protect. It is important to protect the environment for future generations. Protocol. They followed a strict protocol during the experiment. Protract. The negotiations seemed to protract for months without a resolution. Proudly. He proudly displayed his award on the shelf. Prove. She was able to prove her innocence with new evidence. Provide. The organization aims to provide support to those in need. Provoke. His rude behavior will provoke a negative response from others. Prowl. The cat began to prowl around the neighborhood at night. Prune. He pruned the overgrown bushes in the backyard. Public. The park is open to the public for recreational activities. Public defender. The accused couldn't afford a lawyer, so a public defender was appointed. Public transport. She prefers to use public transport to commute to work. Public transportation. The city has an extensive network of public transportation. Publicize. The company decided to publicize their new product through advertisements. Publicly. The CEO publicly announced the company's financial results. Publish. Her first book will be published next month. Puerile. His puerile behavior annoyed his classmates. Pugnacious. He had a pugnacious attitude, always ready for a fight. Pull. He used all his strength to pull the heavy box. Punctilious. She is punctilious about following rules and procedures. Punctual. She prides herself on being punctual for every appointment. Pupil. The teacher greeted each pupil as they entered the classroom. Purchase. He decided to purchase a new car. Purchasing power. The increase in salaries gave people more purchasing power. Purely. Her decision was based purely on her personal preferences. Purge. They conducted a purge of corrupt officials from the government. Pursue. She decided to pursue a career in medicine. Push. He used his shoulder to push the heavy door open. Pusillanimous. His pusillanimous behavior made him appear weak. Put. Put the dishes away in the cupboard. Puzzled. She looked puzzled by the unexpected question. Qatar is a country in the Middle East known for its wealth and modern infrastructure. Quaint. The small town had a quaint charm that attracted tourists. Qualification. He possessed the necessary qualifications for the job. Qualified. She is a highly qualified candidate for the position. Qualify. He needs to pass the test to qualify for the scholarship. Quality. The company is committed to providing high-quality products. Quantity. The store offers discounts on bulk quantities of items. Querulous. The querulous customer complained about every little detail. Question. The teacher asked a thought-provoking question. Quick. He made a quick decision in a moment of crisis. Quick Access Toolbar. The Quick Access Toolbar provides shortcuts to frequently used commands. Quicken. The economy began to quicken its pace of growth. Quickly, she finished the task quickly and efficiently. Quiescent. The volcano appears quiescent, but it could erupt at any moment. Quiet. The library is a quiet place for studying. Quiet. She whispered quietly to avoid disturbing others. Quite. The movie was quite entertaining. Quixotic. His quixotic dreams of changing the world seemed unrealistic. Quota. The sales team exceeded their monthly quota. Quote. He gave a quote for the repair work. Quotidian. The book discusses the quotidian struggles of ordinary people. Raconteur. He was known as a raconteur, always entertaining with his stories. Radiant. The bride looked radiant on her wedding day. Radiator. The car's radiator cools the engine. Radiator grill. The front of the car has a stylish radiator grill. Radical. The political group advocated for radical changes to the system. Radically. Her life changed radically after moving to a new country. Rail. The train runs on a track, or rail. Railroad. The development of the railroad revolutionized transportation. Railway. The railway system connects cities and towns. Raise. The company decided to raise the prices of their products. Rake. He used a rake to collect the fallen leaves. Rally. The team held a rally to boost morale before the big game. RAM. Random access memory. The computer's RAM allows it to access data quickly. Ramp. The wheelchair ramp provided accessibility for people with disabilities. Rancorous. The rancorous dispute between the two parties escalated. Random. The winner was chosen through a random drawing. Range. The store offers a wide range of products. Rank. He earned a high rank in the military. Rapacious. The rapacious businessman was only interested in making money. Rapid. The company experienced rapid growth in the last year. Rapidly. The construction project progressed rapidly. Rare. The endangered species is incredibly rare to find. Rarely. He rarely takes vacations. He prefers to work. Rash. He made a rash decision without thinking it through. Rash. The rash on her arm was itchy and red. Rate. The interest rate on the loan was low. Rather. She would rather stay home than go to the party. Ratio. The ratio of students to teachers is 20:1. Ratio. The ratio of boys to girls in the class is 2:1. Rational. Her rational thinking helped her solve complex problems. Rationalize. He tried to rationalize his actions to justify his mistakes. Raise. The old building was raised to make way for a new development. Re-export. The goods were imported and then re-exported to another country. Reach. They finally reached their destination after a long journey. Read. She loves to read books in her spare time. Readily. He readily agreed to help with the project. Real. The diamond necklace is made of real diamonds. Realistically. She assessed the situation realistically and made practical decisions. Realize. He was able to realize his dream of starting his own business. Reap. The farmers will reap the harvest in the fall. Rear bumper. The car's rear bumper was damaged in the accident. Rear fog light. The rear fog light helps improve visibility in foggy conditions. Rear seat. The children sat in the rear seat of the car. Rear window. The rear window provides a view of the road behind. Rear end. He accidentally rear-ended the car in front of him. Rearview mirror. He checked the rearview mirror before changing lanes. Rearview mirror adjustment. She adjusted the rearview mirror to get a better view. Reasonable. The price of the product was reasonable. Reassure. She reassured her friend that everything would be okay. Reassuring. His comforting words were reassuring to her. Reboot. He had to reboot the computer to fix the technical issue. Rebound. The team made a strong rebound after a series of losses. Rebuff. She received a rebuff when she asked for a raise. Rebuild. They plan to rebuild the house after the fire. Recalcitrant. The recalcitrant employee refused to follow company policies. Recall. She could not recall the exact details of the event. Recede. The floodwaters began to recede after days of heavy rain. Receipt. He kept the receipt as proof of purchase. Receive. She was thrilled to receive an award for her achievements. They recently moved to a new city for better opportunities. Recession. The economy experienced a recession, leading to job losses. Reckless. His reckless driving caused the accident. Recklessly. He acted recklessly without considering the consequences. Reckon. She couldn't reckon with the unexpected turn of events. Reclaim. They worked to reclaim the land from desertification. Recognize. I didn't recognize her with her new hairstyle. Recommend. The doctor will recommend a treatment plan. Reconcile. They tried to reconcile their differences and mend their friendship. Reconnect. After years of being apart, they decided to reconnect. Record. She set a new record in the swimming competition. Recovery. He made a quick recovery after the surgery. Recreational vehicle, RV, they traveled across the country in their recreational vehicle. Recruit, the company plans to recruit new employees. Recruitment, the recruitment process involves interviewing candidates. Rectify, they promise to rectify the error and apologize. Recur, the same issue tends to recur every few months. Red-eye flight, they took a red-eye flight to reach their destination early in the morning. Redeem, he managed to redeem himself after making a mistake. Redefine, the company aims to redefine its brand image. Redesign, the website needs a complete redesign to be more user-friendly. Redistribute, the government plans to redistribute wealth through tax reforms. Redo, she decided to redo the painting to improve its quality. Redolent, the garden was redolent with the scent of blooming flowers. Redoubtable, the general was a redoubtable leader on the battlefield. Reduce, she made efforts to reduce her carbon footprint. Redundant, the company had to lay off redundant employees due to restructuring. Reefer container, the perishable goods were transported in a reefer container. Refer, she will refer to the manual for instructions. Reference, the book includes a reference section for further reading. Refine, he refined his skills through years of practice. Reflect, the mirror reflected her image clearly. Reflective, the jacket had reflective stripes for visibility in the dark. Refocus, he needed to refocus his efforts on achieving his goals. Refractory, the refractory material could withstand high temperatures. Refrain, he advised her to refrain from making hasty decisions. Refresh, she refreshed the web page to update the content. Refreshing, the cold drink was refreshing on a hot day. Refurbish, they plan to refurbish the old building and turn it into a museum. Refuse, he had to refuse the offer as he already had commitments. Refute, she tried to refute the arguments presented by her opponent. Regale, he regaled the audience with his amusing stories. Regard, he has great regard for his mentor and values his advice. Regardless of the obstacles, they persevered. Regenerative braking, the hybrid car uses regenerative braking to recharge the battery. Register, you need to register for the event to attend. Regret, she expressed regret for her past mistakes. Regretful, he was regretful for not taking the opportunity when it was offered. Regularize. They plan to regularize the supply of electricity in the area. Regularly. He exercises regularly to stay fit. Regulate. The government has strict regulations for environmental protection. Regulation. The new regulation requires businesses to comply with safety standards. Rehabilitate. The rehabilitation center helps people recover from injuries. Reinforce. He used additional materials to reinforce the structure. Reiterate. She reiterated her commitment to the project. Reject. The company decided to reject the proposal. Rejoice. The community gathered to rejoice in their victory. Relate. He could relate to her experiences and emotions. Relatively. The cost of living in the city is relatively high. Relax. She likes to relax by reading a book. Release. The company will release its new product next month. Relegate. He was relegated to a lower position after the merger. Relent. After much persuasion. He finally relented. Relentless. She showed relentless determination to achieve her goals. Reliability. The reliability of the machine is essential for production. Reliable. He is a reliable friend who always stands by you. Relieve. The medicine helped to relieve her pain. Relinquish. He decided to relinquish his role as team captain. Relocate. They plan to relocate to a different city for work. Reluctantly. She reluctantly agreed to help with the project. Rely. They rely on public transportation to commute. Remain. Despite the challenges. They remained optimistic. Remarkably, her success was remarkably quick. Remedy. The doctor prescribed a remedy for his cold. Remember. I will always remember our time together. Reminisce. She loved to reminisce about her childhood. Remiss. He was remiss in his duties and faced consequences. Remit. He will remit the payment by the end of the week. Remittance. The remittance will be sent to his family abroad. Remonstrate. He remonstrated with the authorities over the decision. Remote keyless entry. The car comes with a remote keyless entry system. Remotely. The device can be controlled remotely through an app. Remove. She removed the dust from the furniture. Render. The artist will render the scene in exquisite detail. Renew. He decided to renew his gym membership for another year. Renounce. She chose to renounce her citizenship and become a permanent resident abroad. Renovate. They plan to renovate their old house and give it a fresh look. Rent. He decided to rent an apartment instead of buying a house. Reorganize. The company needs to reorganize its departments to improve efficiency. Repair. The mechanic worked hard to repair the car's engine. Repay. She promised to repay the loan by the end of the month. Repel. The strong odor will repel insects from entering the house. Repetitively. He tapped his fingers repetitively on the table out of nervousness. Replace. They need to replace the broken window glass. Replicate. The scientist tried to replicate the experiment to validate the results. Reply. She sent a quick reply to the email. Report. He filed a detailed report about the incident. Report. The news anchor will report live from the scene of the accident. Report. The students need to submit their progress report by the end of the week. Represent. The lawyer will represent the defendant in the court case. Representative. The company sent a representative to attend the conference. Repress. He tried to repress his feelings of anger. Reprimand. The boss gave him a strong reprimand for his tardiness. Reproach. She reproached her friend for breaking her promise. Reprobate. He was known for his reprobate behavior and dishonesty. Reproduce. The plants will reproduce through seeds. Reproductive system. The reproductive system is responsible for human reproduction. Reproductively. Some animals have different strategies to behave reproductively. Reprove. The teacher had to reprove the student for cheating on the test. Repudiate. He decided to repudiate the claims made against him. Repulsive. The rotten smell was repulsive and made everyone nauseous. Repurchase. The company plans to repurchase its own shares from the market. Request. She sent a formal request for additional information. Require. The job posting will require candidates to have specific qualifications. Require. The contract will require the vendor to deliver the goods by the deadline. Rescind. The decision to cut funding was rescinded after public outcry. Research. She spent months conducting research for her thesis. Resemble. The two siblings closely resemble each other. Reservation. He made a reservation at the restaurant for their anniversary dinner. Reserve. The hotel staff will reserve a table for you. Reserved. He is usually reserved and quiet in social gatherings. Reservedly. She expressed her opinion reservedly, not wanting to offend anyone. Reside. They reside in a peaceful neighborhood. Resign. He decided to resign from his position due to personal reasons. Resilient. Despite the setbacks, she remained resilient and kept moving forward. Resist. He tried to resist the temptation to eat the last piece of cake. Resize. The image needs to be resized to fit the web page. Resolute. She was resolute in her decision and didn't waver. Resolution. They reached a resolution to the conflict through negotiation. Resolve. She made a New Year's resolution to exercise more. Resource. The company has limited resources to invest in new projects. Resourceful. He is known for being resourceful and finding creative solutions. Respect. They treated each other with respect and kindness. Respectively, the two teams finished first and second, respectively. Respiratory system. The respiratory system is responsible for breathing and gas exchange. Respond. He quickly responded to the emergency call. Response. The audience gave a positive response to the performance. Responsibility. She takes her responsibilities as a parent very seriously. Responsible. He is responsible for managing the project. Rest. After a long day of work, she needed to rest. Restate. He had to restate the main points of his argument. Restore. The old painting was carefully restored by a professional. Restrict. The company decided to restrict access to certain files. Restricted goods. The customs regulations prohibit the import of restricted goods. Restructure. The company will restructure its management team to streamline operations. Result. The team's hard work led to a positive result. Resume. He sent his resume to several companies in search of a job. Retain. The company wanted to retain its best employees. Reticent. She was reticent about sharing her personal life with others. Retire. He plans to retire and travel the world after reaching a certain age. Retirement. She saved diligently for her retirement. Retrieve. He was able to retrieve the lost data from the computer. Return. She will return the book to the library tomorrow. Reveal. The magician will reveal his new trick at the show tonight. Revenue. The company's revenue increased significantly this year. Reverse. He had to reverse the car to get out of the tight parking spot. Revert. The system will automatically revert to the previous settings. Review. She wrote a glowing review of the restaurant after her visit. Revise. He revised the essay to improve its clarity. Revoke. The license was revoked due to a violation of the rules. Revolt. The citizens staged a revolt against the oppressive government. Revolutionize. The invention of the Internet revolutionized the way people communicate. Revolve. The earth revolves around the sun. Reward. She received a reward for her outstanding performance. Rib. He injured his rib during a sports game. Ribbon. She tied a beautiful ribbon around the gift box. Ribs. The ribs on the barbecue grill smelled delicious. Rich. They are a rich family with a luxurious lifestyle. Rider. He is a skilled horse rider. Ridicule. He faced ridicule from his peers for his unusual ideas. Ridiculous. The plan seemed ridiculous and impractical. Right, she had the right to express her opinion. Rights, he fought for the civil rights of marginalized communities. Rise. The sun will rise in the east tomorrow morning. Risk. Investing in the stock market carries a certain level of risk. Road. The road was closed for construction. Roadblock. The protesters set up a roadblock to halt traffic. Roadblock. They faced a roadblock in their negotiations with the rival company. Roadster. He bought a sleek and sporty roadster for the summer. Roadway. The icy roadway made driving hazardous. Roam. They love to roam around the city, exploring new places. Robust. The company's robust financial position allowed it to weather the economic downturn. Roll. She played a crucial role in the success of the project. Roll. She rolled the dice and got a 6. Roll on. She applied roll-on deodorant before going to the gym. Romania. They plan to visit Romania next summer for a vacation. Romantic. He surprised his wife with a romantic dinner on their anniversary. Roof. The roof of the house needs repairs. Roof rack. They installed a roof rack on the car to carry extra luggage. Roro. Roll on, roll off. The Roro ferry allows vehicles to drive on and off the ship. Rotate. The earth will rotate on its axis. Rough. The road was rough and bumpy. Roughly. The estimate was roughly calculated based on available data. Round. They sat in a circle, forming a round table discussion. Rouse. She tried to rouse her brother from his deep sleep. Route. They took a scenic route through the countryside. Router. The router connects all the devices to the internet. Row. They had a heated row over the division of chores. Rude. The customer was rude to the cashier. Rugged. The rugged terrain made hiking challenging but rewarding. Ruin. The abandoned castle was in ruins. Rule. The judge will rule on the case tomorrow. Ruling. The ruling party won the majority of seats in the election. Run. She enjoys a morning run to start her day. Running board. He stepped onto the running board to enter the vintage car. Runway. The models walked the runway during the fashion show. Russia. She traveled to Russia to explore its rich history and culture. Ruthlessly. The dictator ruled ruthlessly, suppressing any opposition. RV, recreational vehicle. They went on a road trip across the country in their RV. Rwanda. They visited Rwanda to experience its stunning landscapes. Sad. She felt sad after hearing the bad news. Saddle. He adjusted the saddle on his bike for a comfortable ride. Sadly, she couldn't attend the party due to prior commitments. Safe. They made sure the environment was safe for the children to play. Safeguard. It's essential to safeguard sensitive information from unauthorized access. Safely. She crossed the road safely using the pedestrian crossing. Safety belt. Always wear your safety belt while driving. Sail. They plan to sail around the world on a sailboat. Sailboat. They spent the weekend sailing on a beautiful sailboat. Sailing. She enjoys sailing on calm waters. Sailing boat. The sailing boat glided gracefully on the water. Sailing ship. They admired the elegant sailing ship docked at the harbor. St. Kitts and Nevis. They visited St. Kitts and Nevis for their honeymoon. St. Lucia. The beautiful beaches of St. Lucia attract many tourists. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They explored the picturesque islands of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Salary. He received a raise in his salary after the annual performance review. Sales. The company saw a significant increase in sales this quarter. Sales contract. They signed a sales contract to finalize the deal. Salient. He highlighted the salient points of the presentation. Salubrious. The salubrious climate of the hill station was refreshing. Salute. He saluted the flag during the national anthem. Salvage. They managed to salvage some of the valuable items from the fire-damaged house. Samoa. They visited Samoa to experience its unique Polynesian culture. Sample. The store offers free samples of their products to customers. San Marino. San Marino is one of the world's oldest republics. Sanctimonious. She had a sanctimonious attitude, acting morally superior to others. Sanction. The government imposed sanctions on the country for its human rights violations. Sanguine. He remained sanguine even in the face of challenges. Sanitary certificate. The exporter provided a sanitary certificate for the food products. São Tomé and Príncipe. They explored the pristine beaches of São Tomé and Príncipe. Sardonic. His sardonic humor often made others uncomfortable. Satiate. The delicious meal satiated their hunger. Satisfied. He was satisfied with the outcome of the negotiation. Satisfy. The company strives to satisfy its customers' needs. Saudi Arabia. They visited Saudi Arabia for a business conference. Save. He managed to save some money by cutting unnecessary expenses. Save as. She clicked on Save as to create a new version of the document. Savings. She put her savings into a high-yield savings account. Say. He couldn't find the right words to say in that situation. Scanner. They used a scanner to digitize old photographs. Scar. The scar on her arm was a reminder of her childhood accident. Scarcely. He had scarcely enough time to catch the last train. Scared. The loud noise scared the children. Scary. The horror movie was too scary for her to watch. Scathing. He wrote a scathing critique of the government's policies. Schedule. She created a detailed schedule for the upcoming event. Scooter. He commuted to work on a motor scooter. Score. He scored a goal in the final minutes of the game. Scorn. She looked at him with scorn, not believing his excuses. Scramble. They had to scramble to find a replacement at the last minute. Screen. He watched a movie on the big screen at the cinema. Screw. He tightened the screw to secure the shelf. Scroll. She scrolled through the web page to find the information she needed. Scrutinize. The committee will scrutinize the candidate's qualifications. Scuba diving. She went scuba diving to explore the coral reefs. Search. They conducted a thorough search of the area. Search warrant. The police obtained a search warrant to enter the suspect's premises. Seat adjuster. She used the seat adjuster to find a comfortable driving position. Seatbelt. Always fasten your seatbelt before starting the car. Seatbelt buckle. He clicked the seatbelt buckle into place before driving. Seaway bill. The Seaway bill is a document used in international trade. Secretary. The secretary efficiently managed the office's administrative tasks. Section. Please read the instructions in the first section of the manual. Secure. He made sure to secure the door before going to bed. Securities. He invested in various securities to diversify his portfolio. Security. The building has tight security measures in place. Sedan. They prefer a sedan for its comfortable ride. Sedulous. She was sedulous in her pursuit of academic excellence. Seek. They seek opportunities for growth and development. Segway. They took a tour of the city on a Segway. Seize. The police had to seize the illegal goods. Seizure. The drug bust led to the seizure of a significant amount of contraband. Seldom. She seldom goes out at night. Select. They had to select the best candidate for the job. Selfishly. He acted selfishly, putting his needs above others. Sell. They decided to sell their old car and buy a new one. Semi-truck. The semi-truck carried a heavy load of goods. Seminar. She attended a seminar on leadership skills. Send. He will send the email with the necessary documents. Senegal. They visited Senegal to experience its vibrant culture. Senior. He is a senior executive in the company. Sensible. Her sensible advice helped them make the right decision. Sensibly. She approached the problem sensibly, considering all options. Sensitive. The child is sensitive to loud noises. Sensitize. The campaign aims to sensitize the public about environmental issues. Sentence. The judge will deliver the sentence after the trial. Sententious. He often made sententious remarks. Trying to sound wise. Separate. They decided to separate the groups into smaller teams. Separately. The items will be packed separately to avoid damage. Sequence. They need to follow a specific sequence of steps to complete the task. Sequester. The jury was sequestered during the high-profile trial. Serbia. They traveled to Serbia to explore its historical sites. Serendipity. Their meeting was a serendipity, leading to a lifelong friendship. Serene. The serene landscape provided a sense of calm. Serialize. The author decided to serialize the novel, releasing it in weekly installments. Series. He watched the entire series of the TV show over the weekend. Serious. The situation was serious and required immediate attention. Seriously. She took the matter seriously and investigated it thoroughly. Serpentine. The road twisted and turned through the serpentine path. Serve. They will serve dinner at 7 o'clock. Server. The restaurant had a busy night, and the server worked tirelessly. Service. The company provides excellent customer service. Servile. He disliked the servile behavior of the employees. Session. They had a productive brainstorming session. Set. She carefully set the table for the dinner party. Settle. They reached a settlement after the legal dispute. Settlement. The town was originally a settlement established by early settlers. Sever. They had to sever ties with the unreliable supplier. Severely. The storm severely damaged several homes in the area. Seychelles. They went to Seychelles for their honeymoon. Shake. He offered his hand to shake as a sign of greeting. Shape. She worked hard to shape her career. Share. He shared his ideas with the team during the meeting. Shareholder. The company distributed dividends to its shareholders. Sharp. The knife has a sharp edge. Sharply. The stock price fell sharply after the earnings report. Shatter. The vase fell and shattered into pieces. Shibboleth. The use of a particular phrase became a shibboleth for identifying members of the group. Shift. They need to shift their focus to a different strategy. Shin. He accidentally bumped his shin on the table. Shiny. The newly polished car looked shiny and brand new. Ship. The company will ship the products to customers worldwide. Shipment. The shipment of goods arrived on time. Shipper. The shipper sent the package through a reliable courier service. Shipping. They chose sea shipping for transporting the heavy equipment. Shipping agent. The shipping agent handled the customs clearance and documentation. Shipping line. The shipping line offers regular services between ports. Shock absorber. The car's shock absorber provides a smoother ride. Shortage. The sudden increase in demand caused a shortage of supplies. Shortcut. He took a shortcut to reach the destination faster. Shortcut menu. The software's shortcut menu provides quick access to essential functions. Shortly. She will return shortly with the answer. Shoulder. He carried the heavy load on his shoulder. Shoulder belt. Always wear the shoulder belt for added safety. Shrink. The shirt shrank in the wash, so it no longer fits. Shuttle. The shuttle bus will take you from the airport to the hotel. Shy. She's shy and prefers to stay away from large gatherings. Sickness. He took a sick leave due to his sickness. Side airbag. The side airbag deployed during the collision, preventing serious injury. Side indicator. The driver used the side indicator to signal a lane change. Side mirror. Adjust the side mirrors for better visibility while driving. Sidecar. They attached a sidecar to the motorcycle for extra passenger seating. Sidecar. The motorcycle with a sidecar is a popular choice for transportation. Sidestep. she tried to sidestep the question, avoiding a direct answer. Sideways, the car slid sideways on the icy road. Sierra Leone, they visited Sierra Leone to experience its rich cultural heritage. Sift, she sifted the flour to remove any lumps. Signage, the clear signage helped visitors find their way around the museum. Signage, the company designed new signage for their storefront. Signal, he used hand signals to communicate with the driver behind him. Signature, he signed his name with a flourish at the bottom of the contract. Significantly, the new software improved efficiency significantly. Signify, his actions signify his commitment to the cause. Silently, she read the book silently, engrossed in the story. Silly, the kids told silly jokes that made everyone laugh. Similarly, the other team also struggled in the early stages. Simple, the recipe was simple and easy to follow. Simplify, they aimed to simplify the complex process for better understanding. Simply, she explained the concept simply, making it easy to grasp. Simulate, the scientists used a computer model to simulate the weather patterns. Sincere, her sincere apology touched everyone's heart. Sincerely, he signed the letter sincerely before mailing it. Sinecure, the well-paid position was little more than a sinecure with few actual responsibilities. Singapore, they visited Singapore to experience its blend of cultures. Single window, the single window system streamlines the customs clearance process. Singularly, she was singularly focused on achieving her goals. Siphon, he used a siphon to transfer liquid from one container to another. Siren, the ambulance siren blared as it rushed through traffic. Skateboard, the kids enjoyed riding their skateboards at the park. Skeletal system, the skeletal system provides support and protection to the body. Skepticize, he tended to skepticize bold claims until he saw solid evidence. Sketch, she made a quick sketch of the landscape before painting it. Skid, the car skid on the icy road, but the driver managed to regain control. Skiff, they rowed the small skiff across the calm lake. Skill, her skill in playing the piano impressed the audience. Skillful, he is a skillful chef, known for creating exquisite dishes. Skillfully, she skillfully crafted the delicate artwork with precision. Skin, the doctor examined the patient's skin for any abnormalities. Skull, the forensic team examined the skull to determine the cause of death. Slacken, the storm began to slacken, and the winds calmed down. Sleepy, after a long day, he felt sleepy and ready to rest. Sleigh, the children enjoyed a magical ride on the sleigh during winter. Slide, the kids had fun sliding down the hill on their sleds. Slightly, she was slightly taller than her younger sister. Slim, he maintained a slim figure through regular exercise. Slip, be careful not to slip on the wet floor. Slippery, the road was slippery after the rain, so they drove cautiously. Slovakia, they visited Slovakia to experience its beautiful landscapes. Slovenia, they explored the charming villages of Slovenia. Slow, the traffic moved at a slow pace during rush hour. Slowly, the tortoise moved slowly but steadily toward the finish line. Slumber, she fell into a peaceful slumber after a tiring day. Slyly, he smiled slyly, knowing he had a secret plan. Small, the tiny puppy fit snugly in her hands. Smiling, the children were all smiling during the family photo. Smooth, the marble countertop felt smooth to the touch. Smooth, she skillfully delivered a smooth presentation to the clients. Smoothly, the project progressed smoothly with everyone's cooperation. Smother, she would smother her pancakes with maple syrup. Smuggling, customs officers intercepted the illegal smuggling of goods. Sneezing, she couldn't stop sneezing due to her allergies. Snowmobile, they rented a snowmobile to explore the snowy wilderness. Soar, the eagle soared high above the mountains. Socialism, he believed in the principles of socialism and equality. Socialize, she enjoys going out to socialize with friends. Socially, he was known for his charm and ability to engage socially. Soft, the cushion was soft and comfortable to sit on. Software, they developed new software to improve productivity. Soul, she is the sole owner of the business. Sole of the foot, the sole of his foot had a small cut from walking barefoot. Solely, the decision was solely based on merit. Solely, the charity relies solely on donations to fund its projects. Solicit, the salesman tried to solicit customers to buy the product. Solid, the table was made of solid oak wood. Solidly, the team worked solidly together to complete the project. Solomon Islands, they went diving in the clear waters of the Solomon Islands. Solution, the scientist proposed a groundbreaking solution to the problem. Solve, he was determined to solve the challenging puzzle. Somalia, they donated to a charity supporting famine relief in Somalia. Somehow, despite the obstacles, they managed to succeed somehow. Somewhat, the weather was somewhat cooler than expected. Soon, the event will start soon, so please be on time. Sophisticated, the new smartphone featured a sophisticated operating system. Soporific, the boring lecture had a soporific effect on the students. Sordid, the scandal exposed the sordid truth behind the political dealings. Sore, his muscles were sore after a strenuous workout. Sore throat, she drank warm tea to soothe her sore throat. Sort, please sort the items into different categories. Sound, the sound of laughter filled the room. Soundly, he slept soundly through the night, undisturbed by noise. Sour, the lemonade had a sour taste due to too much lemon. Source, the river was a source of life for the surrounding villages. Sourcing, they were responsible for sourcing materials for the production. South, they traveled south to escape the winter cold. South Africa, they explored the diverse landscapes of South Africa. South Korea, she studied abroad in South Korea to learn the language. South Sudan, he worked for a humanitarian organization in South Sudan. Sow, she sowed the seeds in the garden for a beautiful flower bed. Spacecraft, the spacecraft orbited the Earth, conducting scientific experiments. Spain, they indulged in the rich culture and cuisine of Spain. Spam, he received too many spams in his email inbox. Span, the bridge had a long span, connecting two sides of the river. Spare tire, they changed the flat tire with the spare tire from the trunk. Spark, a spark ignited the dry grass, starting a small fire. Spark plug, he replaced the worn-out spark plug in his car. Special, they prepared a special meal for the occasion. Special Economic Zone, says, the government established a special economic zone to attract foreign investments. Specific, please be more specific about the problem you encountered. Specify, they need to specify the requirements for the project. Specious, his argument seemed plausible but was actually specious. Speculate, investors often speculate on the stock market to make profits. Speculation, there was much speculation about the new product's features. Speculative, the project was risky and speculative, but it could yield high returns. Speedboat, they enjoyed the thrill of riding a speedboat on the lake. Speedily, the rescue team arrived speedily at the accident site. Speedometer, the speedometer showed the car's current speed. Spellcheck, the software automatically performed a spell check on the document.